Hello everybody, Moramiti here, and welcome back to Steampunk episode 9. Last time, we did a little bit of farming and explored the rustic mod. Today, as you can probably see right next to me, I tried out a few more of the easy to make aircrafts, like this quadrocopter. It's really slow. Supposedly they say it's best used for just building. But we'll see what we can do with it. For now, I have just not really used it, like, at all. It's just been sitting here. Anyway, today we are going to be relocating the cows and the pigs and the chickens. I am potentially breeding some sheep because I'm going to need wool for a bunch of beds that are going to stay inside the villager trading hall that I have basically just built in creative and just taken a schematic so I know what I need, and then I'm going to go gather all of the materials for it. Now, these piles of snow is just because apparently I did not think through how close the torches need to be to prevent snow buildup. So basically between every 4 torches there is one block that is not being warmed up. So that's where the snow builds up. I can't wait for winter to be over. Which brings me to, let's just sleep so we skip the night. Now, I realize that I have the Ring of 7 Curses, but I have not equipped it, which makes a lot of the modpack easier. But I haven't really done any bossing, per se. So I've only just been building random stuff. That's why I have not really bothered equipping the ring and looking into how to survive the nights, because you can't sleep with the ring and so on. So all of this noise and the cows and everything is going to be moved, and I'm showing you guys right now how I built the 2 areas where I'm gonna keep the cows and the chickens and the pigs, and how I'm gonna feed them. Obviously, I used a schematic, two schematics that I randomly found on Create mod. There were many different layouts that you could use, so that's why I picked 2 that I kind of liked. And here they are. They are right next to my tree farm, which is currently kind of off, no, but not quite. It's not moving because the saws can't go through snow, and that's what's stopping the contraption, so I just need to wait for the winter to be over. But the thing is, it doesn't really matter because I already have a second full vault almost filled up alongside the first one. So yeah. Now, this is going to be where the chicken and the pigs are going to be bred and then later killed. To show you guys, before I move the mobs in. So there are just a few mechanical belts that are moving whatever gets dropped down here, and if you see this is a fence, and on top of it is going to be chickens. Whenever a small chicken is born, it just drops down and falls into a water that pulls it down. And in this one it's a bit different because they're pigs. They have a little bit of bigger hitbox, so they're going to stand on that trapdoor, and whenever a new one is born, then again drops down and gets pushed down. Now, behind them, there's these deployers that currently have nothing in them, but in this one, we're going to put carrots or potatoes so we can breed the pigs, and in this one, we're going to fill it up with wheat seeds, or any seeds, to be able to breed the chickens. And you just drop them down from here. Same reasoning for cows. You are going to put cows here on each one of these chutes. But the difference here is the baby cows are not going to be moved over to get killed. Instead, whenever there's entity cramming, so basically whenever there's too many cows in that one block, one of them is going to die. Whenever that one dies, this is a chute, and the loot just drops down from the chute, and right there is a fan that is just going to blow all the way over here into this other chute, smart chute, which drops the loot onto a conveyor belt that reaches all the way over here inside this barrel. So this is just temporarily. This is just temporary. The barrow is going to later have another belt coming out of it. And around here, like we'll see how I design it, is going to be where we make the automatic burger and all of that farm. Now, to show you the loot, now on the side of the pigs and the chickens, whenever they drop down here, they're still babies, so they're not going to get killed. The moment that they grow up, this deployer can reach them. That's why this down there is a half slab. When the deployer reaches them, there is a diamond knife, not a sword, diamond knife. Because when mobs in this mod pack get killed by a knife, as you can see here, there is one barrel with it, they will drop extra loot, and that's why I have a bunch of extra barrels in. And I will eventually just increase the amount that they can hold, because currently it's a basic level, only like 1 barrel size. So I just need to upgrade these. And the thing is that they drop inside of a storage controller, which comes from the hopper, which is right under the deployers and all the loot that gets gathered from there. Now, relocating, thanks to the carry-on mod pack, is pretty easy. We just come over here, grab 1 chicken, and we move it up. There we go, I'm gonna drop it here. And as you can see, it just sits right onto the fence. I'm gonna do that for the rest of the chickens. And the last one. So right now we have 6 chickens here. I think that's enough. If I need to, I'm just gonna add a few more. And onto the pigs. Similar thing to the chickens, we're just going to drop them here. And they just sit on that trapdoor down there. Now, for now, there's going to be only 3 pigs here. I have bred a few more. When they grow up, I'm going to put them in here as well. So this one is going to get filled by carrots, and this one is going to get filled by wheat seeds. And in order to fill those chests up there, or those barrels up there, ready with the carrots and wheat seeds, I'm going to show you guys what I did over here. As you can see, everything is surrounded by glass, and I have made kind of a platform, which I think it looks kind of cool, but let me show you the more interesting part. I made this very simple elevator using the elevator pulley from Create. Inside it, you put 1 contraption control and a redstone contact, and behind this, on this side of the wall, there has to be another one. With glue, you glue this platform here, and the pillars and the roof, which basically makes it 1 contraption. And now we are on first floor right now, and if I change it to floor 0 and click, we are moved down. You can use the same thing to make as many floors as you want, as long as the elevator contract has another one on the same level here to connect to. In here I have also placed the wood farm controls. This is the changing direction, and this is the turning it on and off. This one here is the carrots and the potato and carrot farm, the tomato and lettuce farm, the wheat farm, bamboo and reeds, pumpkin and melons, netherwort, onions, and the kelp farm. I added 2 more just in case I add more farms, but I haven't yet, so yeah. I just decided to decorate this a little bit. So the floor is basket woven dark oak planks, which is from the chipped mod. And the wall is again from the chipped mod, but this time bundled spruce logs, with a little bit of normal spruce logs for decoration, like alongside the walls. I have not changed the roof or added anything else, because this is basically the lowest level farm of the actual crops, and I don't want to ruin that. So we said we need a bunch of carrots. As we can see here, we have 3,200 carrots. That should be more than enough. So this is exactly 1 barrel's worth. I'm going to check them into the system, and then later I'm going to withdraw them to fill up the farm. And then we also need wheat seeds, which would be this one here. Let's see, we have 3,774 wheat seeds, more than enough. Same thing, 2 sets, or 1 full barrel basically. And now we go back to the farm. There we go, now we're back here. So we need to fill this one with wheat seeds. And you can immediately see the hearts going off. And let's fill this one up with carrots, 1 full stack. And if you look over here, here the pigs being bred. Oh, and the kid immediately fall. Same thing happened with the chickens. And you see, if you see here, the pig is basically sitting at the lowest floor, and it is not getting killed by the knife because it is not big enough for the hitbox. When they grow up, they are going to get immediately killed by that knife, and the loot is going to go on the back. Now, as you guys can see in the back here, since the chickens have been laying eggs, the eggs are also being collected by the belts and going through the hoppers. Might as well put these eggs here as well. And these ones can hold 512, but once I upgrade them, maybe I'll add another few stack upgrades, then they can hold more than I'm probably gonna ever get. And might as well just lock this to eggs, so if I use up all the eggs, or if I take all the eggs, this one's assigned to eggs. Okay, 2 of the pigs just got killed because they grew up, which means here is the ham and here is the raw pork chop. Next up is putting 2 cows in each of these, so I need 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14 cows. Let's see if we even have that many, otherwise we're gonna have to just breed them. Now, I said we need 12 cows, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need to breed them all. So let's begin moving some cows. And we can go in order. Let's push 1 cow down here. And the second cow. So now this one is done. Yes, they're not gonna start immediately dying, but that doesn't matter because once I start putting wheat inside the farm, right in this barrel here, it gets distributed via this belt, and all of the loot goes into, or all of the wheat goes separately inside these deployers, and then they're just gonna keep breeding the cows until it's full. Grabbing a second cow, and we put it down here, so we need 1 more for the second level. 2. So again, second one is ready, so we need 2, 4, 6, 8 more cows. And that's 2. Now, one more thing I found while scrolling through the Create Mod website is that I can automate gold as well. So this is what I have here. It's a granite and gold farm, and I have gathered all of the resources. I just need to start the farm. So it gets automatically built by the schematic cannon. I just need to fill it up with some gunpowder, like so. And once it is done, I'm going to show you guys how it works. Now, the thing that I mentioned last time is I'm going to make an XP farm. And as you guys can see, this path wasn't here last time, now it is. It's just a path leading to the XP farm, and later is going to also lead to the trading hall. Now, I made the farm, and I also made a fluid tank which is going to contain all of the experience, but I missed one very important part, and that thing would be putting a sword inside of the deployer that's supposed to be killing the silverfish. So temporarily I'm gonna break this block, get rid of that negative experience from the deployer, and I need to put a diamond sword, preferably with like unbreaking, sweeping. So whenever I do that, I'm going to put the sword in, put the glass back here, and in case this, so it doesn't leak out any silverfish. For now, I'm going to leave it like this, as it was supposed to be, so I don't mess up anything. But the gist of the farm, which I'm also going to leave a link in the description for the creator, is when this is powered, it starts, so it sends a signal up there, it creates cobble, the cobble gets dropped down here. There's a fan blowing through a fan blasting catalyst filled up with lava. The fan makes the cobble get cooked and it turns into stone. Then the stone gets transferred over here on this side, and there is a haunting soul campfire that creates infested stone. When infested stone gets picked up, gets sent up into the deployers, and then when they move here, they create silver. And when the deployer moves them, they create silverfish, and the silverfish gets killed and creates a bunch of experience really quickly. And then once the experience is made, they get dropped into this belt, which goes into a disenchanter, which fills up that over there. I really like how this looks from this side of the mini lake that we have created the base around. And slowly but surely we're filling up everything. Right now I don't have any plans for over here, but I'm sure I'm gonna come up with something. And when you guys see the villager trading hall, which is going to be pretty big, I believe if you look from over here, it's gonna encase most of that space over there. But I will whenever I build it, I'm gonna record a time lapse so you guys can watch everything being built. And once again, we have these guys spawning where there is light, so I don't understand how to stop them. They just keep spawning. And over here, the schematic cannon has finished building the gold farm. I have to encase this area, otherwise, as you can see, a random sheep is just going to get in the way of things, which is something we do not want. I'm going to do the encasing in between episodes, but right now I'm going to explain how everything works. So up here, as usual, is a Cobblestone creator. Let's be honest, everything in Create Automation starts with Cobblestone. We have to waterlog these pumps, which I'll do in a bit. And then we put lava in each of these tanks to help the cobblestone creation. When this thing is turned on, the gantry shaft starts moving, which creates cobble, which drops inside the hoppers, and the hoppers put them inside the vault. Now, from there on, they get dropped onto this belt. The belt drags them here, and they get picked up by the chutes that are under the belt. Those chutes drop them inside the crushing wheels. The crushing wheel basically turns them into gravel. The gravel gets dragged here, the gravel gets picked up by these chutes under these belts and gets crushed once again to get sand. The sand then gets haunted over here by a fan that is up here that is pulling up, and there is a filter for this item vault that basically makes it so only picks up, that is filtered so it only picks up soul sand. Then over here I need to put one lava bucket, so because this is going to just burn useless items that get picked up. From here, this belt is going to push out soul sand. The soul sand is going to get washed. This block here needs to be waterlogged, so let's do that now. Might as well do them like this. And I'm not going to put the lava bucket yet because it's going to get warm in here and I don't want to have that while I'm still dealing with the explanation. Then when this gets washed, it gets the loot of it, the soul sand loot gets picked up by this brass funnel. It is filtered to gold nuggets and quartz, which get put inside this item vault, which is a 3 long. The gold nuggets get directly transported down, and the quartz, which is the more important part, gets pulled from this belt inside this item vault. Now, this item vault does a couple of things. It is going to start pushing quartz in these 2 side ones all the way across, and the reason for that is under them there are chutes and there are mechanical crafters. The chutes are assigned in a way so they can create granite and diorite. The shoots over here are assigned in a way that they pick up the quartz that is on top of it, because quartz is needed for most of the recipes in this farm here. One of them is going to create diorite, which later gets pulled down, and we're going to use the diorite to create granite. Same thing over here. This item vault is whenever it's filled up with nether quartz, the nether quartz get pushed onto this belt, which moves along all the way across, and these funnels basically push the nether quartz inside here. Same thing with the other ones, and all of them are just creating their granite, and the granite gets later moved towards here to this item vault, which later gets crushed to create the red sand and everything else. Now, at the end of the red sand part, the red sand also needs to get washed, so we're waterlogging this particular underside slab, which then, once it's washed, it drops two things. It drops gold nuggets, and it also drops sticks, bushes, dead bushes. The dead bushes are going to get burnt over here, which I'm going to surround and make a... I'm just gonna put a cauldron with lava in it, so it doesn't spread lava everywhere. Other than that, the golden nuggets get pushed into this basin, which then creates, with a press on top of it, just whenever there's 9 golden nuggets, it creates a golden ingot, which currently pushes it into a barrel, but I'm going to change this, and I'm going to extend this belt a little bit. So instead it's going to go into another basin, which is going to create gold blocks, mainly for storage purposes, so I can leave it on for a bit longer than just if we are just filling up with golden ingots. But that's pretty much how the whole farm works. I am going to encase it and put everything where it's supposed to be in between episodes, and at the start of the next episode I'm going to just show you guys how I'm just gonna show you guys everything working. And that would be the gold situation sorted, because even though you see I have I have 1000 gold and gold blocks, I have not started making the gold upgrades for my chests and for everything, so I'm going to need a lot of gold for that. Later on we'll have to figure out how to get diamonds, and I've heard things about the Twilight Forest, so maybe that's something I'm going to look into for the next episode. We'll see. So that's going to be it for this episode. Next time I'm going to show you guys the encased gold farm. I'm going to begin collecting the stuff for the gigantic trading hall, and I'm going to be making the burger farm like on video, not as a schematic for once, because I think that's going to be more fun to watch. Thank you guys for watching. Like and favorite if you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment with any feedback you may have for me, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. See ya.